favor Canelo over Terence Crawford? That fight happened, like you tell me?
That's a tough one because we can all see it. Canelo's declining. We can see it because Father Time just catches up to you. That's just the name of the game, the nature of the beast, right? Crawford, I mean, he's the same age as well, you know?
37.
Different types of lifestyles, different styles. Canelo's getting into some wars now, which kind of like chips away at the block, you know? Do I favor him over Canelo? I don't know. I think it's a 50-50 fight at this point, given where they're at their careers.
But if you had to give somebody 1%.
Last one here.
1%.
1%, I would go with Canelo. Yeah, just because of the weight factor.
Canelo loves you. He said a lot of nice things about you and your son. Did you know that? Morning. How you doing today, Canelo? Yes, I got this. Huh? Oh, see? I think he won this fight. He's gonna beat Crawford? Yes. I think so too. Let's go. Canelo! Viva Mexico. Viva Mexico.
Wait, sorry, we'd be wrong, Roy, to not ask you. It's a hot topic right now, just switching gears. Bud, Canelo, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he's gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it's gonna be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that's up in weight class. How do you think Terence Crawford should handle the weight? Should he come in lighter? Should he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. If he get to the weight limit, because there is a weight limit, get to the weight limit.
What do you think would happen if Canelo fought Terence Crawford?
I'm going with Terence Crawford. Big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect toward Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I'm not betting against Terence Crawford against nobody right now. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Casual fan, they don't care about weight classes. They just know the names: Crawford, Canelo. They want to see it.
Crawford cares about his life, and with that fight, what do that fight do for Canelo? Fighting Crawford and Crawford beats Canelo. What do that do for Canelo? I just think that there are so many other fights to make that's realistic and makes sense and less life risking on top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys our weight. And now you want me to do something. Canelo's not coming down to 60.
No. It's Crawford who wants it. He wants the chance to prove he's the best.
I get it.
This era.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Right.
And again, that's one of what's happening on a shakeup of the new world order, where you got fighters that's really 54 at best, wanting to take on a Canelo who can actually fight a cruiserweight and maybe give a cruiserweight, especially at this moment, all the hell they can want. If you can't hurt a guy like Canelo, and you don't have height and depth to be able to at least have something to work with, then we're going to see another, what they say, boring fight, not say a smart fight. I understand the money grab. I understand it's about the bag. Crawford ain't 26. Another major network is saying they packing their bags up. You're gonna see a lot of desperate moves jumping off. You're gonna see a lot of very unrealistic, unorthodox, crazy thinking, crazy gossip about what fighter should fight what fighter. That doesn't make sense. But it only makes sense if you don't have nowhere else to go, and you start reaching for straws.
Septiembre 13 se viene una pelea grandísima, a donde es Canelo Alvarez y Terence Crawford. ¿Qué piensas de esa pelea y cómo ves esa pelea que tú sabes salir?
Se me hace una pelea muy dispareja, ¿me entiendes? Una pelea... mira, Crawford es un gran peleador, ¿me entiendes? Eso nadie lo duda y todo el mundo lo sabemos. Pero en su peso, ¿me entiendes? Ya subir 3 divisiones es ir por el dinero, ¿me entiendes? De que le va a dar pelea a Canelo, le va a dar pelea, pero de que le va a ganar, no hay por dónde.
Chavez Sr. dice que, pues, que Crawford es un buen peleador. Crawford is a great fighter, but the weight, it seems like a mismatch. You know, he's a great fighter in his weight class, in his own weight division, but moving up in weight, you know, he's doing it, chasing that bag, and you'll be able to see the difference come fighting.
September 13th, Canelo versus Crawford. Crawford's making up, move up in weight. What do you think about Crawford?
Fight. Man, you over Crawford.
You got Crawford?
Crawford's going to do it. It's going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
But Crawford's going to get the edge. He's that man.
Any advice on him, this moment? You've had that moment against Mike Tyson, that seizing that moment. What kind of advice would you give him?
I think he's going to be well prepared. He's looking great. You know, what I've seen in the papers and reading in the magazines.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a great fight, but I think Crawford's going to come out ahead. He's going to do his thing.
Part of the thrill of fighting is performing in front of all these people. You know, and the energy that comes from that whole thing. So it's like this double-edged sword, right? And I had talked to Terence about this a few months back, and I asked him, I said, have you ever found yourself in a fight where you got caught up in fighting for the crowd and what they were talking about? He said, it happens to all of us, you know, and I believe he said it happened to him when he fought Green Machine.
Yeah.
And I swear it was so crazy when I heard him say that, because I'm watching that fight and I'm like, Terence is trading with this dude way more than he has to. I was like, but it was in the midst of, to me, him feeling like he was being deprioritized for Manny.
I think that was definitely on his conscience, or on the back of his mind. I would say, I think he was ticked off because of that. Not knocked down. Yes, it was a knockdown. And Terence he never touched the canvas. That was his first time. And it also comes with the fact that Terence is just, that's his mentality. He's tough. A little bit of me moving forward. That's what scares me about the Canelo fight, to be honest with you. Because
he ain't gonna back down. He ain't gonna back down.
No,
not.
He's not gonna back, and he's tough, and that's what scares me about that fight, because you don't need to be trading with that bull. Like, I know you're strong, but that dude is naturally strong, and he's been at this weight class for a very long time, so he's acclimated. You're not. You don't need to be trading with this guy at all, regardless of how the fight is going.
Jose, he thinks that Crawford might not be able to handle Canelo's power. What do you think?
I just think, in my opinion, we're going to see a Tom and Jerry, brother. That's all I think. Tom and Jerry. We're going to see a Tom and Jerry. What? You know, Crawford's a little guy, man. My respect. Crawford's a hell of a fighter. Amazing.
He can fight in any generation in his respective weight class.
For a reason. But you think he's going to stay in band with Canelo? No, I don't think so. He's going to try to win the fight, bro. I won't do it.
What does Tom and Jerry mean, Fernando?
Tom and Jerry is that you're going to be running, you know, which is you should. It's not running, it's boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know, I love both of those fighters. I think Canelo's a hell of a fighter, and so is Crawford, and so you know. But you know, of course, you gotta go with Rouse. You gotta have your, you know, your favorite. Canelo's a hell of a fighter.
Fernando, he stepped to Canelo. He tried to push him back. Canelo pushed him. You've been in those press conferences where you've been the aggressor. You've talked the talk, you walk the walk. What does that mean when a fighter does that? So Crawford doing that against Canelo, what does that mean?
Well, it's just like, you know, that it's time to go to war. It's time to go to war. It's time, you know, not messing around. Let's work. Let's do what we got to do.
What about Canelo Crawford? You catch the press conference yesterday and the little push they had?
You know,
he has to come with a knockout, in my opinion.
Who, Crawford?
Canelo. He hasn't had a knockout since what? Since Caleb Plant?
Yeah.
So you know, there's respected weight classes for a reason. So I just hope Canelo shows that. You know, and I'm looking to show out too. I mean, it's the biggest stage in the world. You got Netflix.
Nice.
You got Turkey Al Sheikh. Wow. I'm excited to show out and show why I belong in the division.
What do you think? Your assessment of the fight?
What's that?
What do you think? Canelo Crawford, what's gonna happen?
Yo, man, Crawford is
game. Pound for pound.
Is a hell of a fighter.
Yeah, he is.
But you know what? There's weight classes for a reason, and you know, I just don't think that he's gonna be able to take Canelo's power, and so, you know, I think Canelo wins it.
Crawford Canelo. There's a lot of talk about that.
I think Canelo wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him, but Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner.
What fight
Why
would
do you
make
feel
the most?
he wipes the floor with him?
What?
Is it because of the weight difference?
Because Canelo, Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and and I don't think that Terence can hurt Canelo, but Canelo can hurt Terence.
Do you think the welterweight Boots Ennis would stand a chance against Crawford? Or
I have no idea, but I know that Boots Ennis is a tremendous fighter and a great talent. Whether he'd stand a chance with Crawford, I don't really know, because at 147, Crawford is, I think, unbeatable, the same way Shakur is at 135. But again, you know, Ennis is probably, other than Crawford, probably the best welterweight out there.
Hey, switching gears real quickly, we just had the press conference with Canelo and Crawford. You stepped in the ring, you fought Canelo. Talk to me about that. You know, what was it like when you faced him?
So fighting Canelo at 154, you know, he as a young kid, I think he was 21, 22 years old. He had a lot of experience, I should say. He had a lot of boxing experience at his age.
40, 50 fights?
Huh?
He had 40 or 50 fights at that point, right?
40, 50 fights, but not just that. I'm talking about experience as far as knowledge about being the real, like, experience. You know, like veteran experience. Like he knew how to counter, he knew how to block and counter, do different things. So it wasn't like he was just an ordinary fighter. And I was like, and fighting him, I'm like, wow, he actually knows how to, like, you know, get away from stuff. He knows how to counter. He knows how to, like, you know, trick shots up, and so he knows how to do stuff, you know. And for a young kid. So and that was at 154. That was a long time ago. So now, you know, he goes to 160, he's fighting all these, you know, Golovkins, all the guys, and then he goes 168, fight a lot of guys, you know, then, you know, going to 175, you know, a little too big, but not back down to 68. And a lot of times, like even for me, going to 54, it slows you down.
Yes,
it slows down your the way, and it can take away some of your power too. I remember, and this is something I remember. When I fought Canelo, like, my punching power was good, my speed was, you know, pretty decent. I had some things that wasn't all the way where I could have been. I could have been a lot better, but then I sparred with him. I sparred with him right after that fight. Actually, you know, I'm healed up a little bit better. Everything's better with me. And Canelo said to me, or his coach, Canelo said to me, he said, you're a lot better at 147. You're faster. You get harder, and you're better at 47. And I was thinking to myself, you just don't know that I had some stuff happen to me, but I thought that I could still beat him because he was young. But he acknowledged that I was actually better at a lighter weight than when I fought him at 54.
Wow.
So that lets me know that, but fighting at your natural weight, you're actually a better fighter. Like when you go up in weight, I think Jamel Charlo was telling Crawford too, like, when you move to 168, you're gonna slow down. You're not gonna be as fast. You're gonna be slow. You're not gonna be more of the way as much. It's gonna feel different. You feel like you're getting tired quicker. You know what I'm saying? Because you have extra weight, so you have to deal with that. And it being the first time you ever go up into that type of weight class, that could be a problem. You know what I mean? Like this is the first time that you're entering 168. You've been in the 154 one time. You've been in the 47 your whole career, 154 one time, and then you go to 168. Like, it's kind of hard.
It's
And
difficult.
I take nothing away from Crawford because I know Crawford, he's a great fighter and he's capable of fighting a guy like Canelo on that mental level or on that stage. Like he is they are compatible when it comes to their skill level. If you
Yeah.
understand, if that makes sense, right? They're compatible with that. They both have knowledge about the sport. They're both veterans of the sport.
Yeah.
So the difference is going to be is the weight. Crawford might not believe that right now, but he will when he gets in the ring. The difference is the weight. The weight is if there's a 154, it would be a good little scrap. That would be more of an even fight if Canelo was still 54 back in the day, maybe. That would be like an even fight to me.
Yeah.
But now that Canelo's been at 68, 75, he's been 60 for a long time. I mean, he's been fighting at this weight class for a long time. It's not like he just got there.
Yeah, he's comfortable.
He's comfortable. And he's going, I'm saying he's fighting 68, which is really more of his weight class than 75. So now, man, I mean, it's going to be very hard for Crawford to do something. I mean, to get something done, which he can because they have the height and all that stuff, but it's going to
Yeah.
be so hard. And I just can't see it. I mean, anything can happen because it's a fight, and you can never count anybody out. Never. Crawford's very strong physically. He has great physical strength,
Yes.
natural strength. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how I was able to move to 54 and go up different weight classes to be able to work with, let's say, like Fernando Vargas, whoever else that was a 54.
Yeah.
But naturally, I'm really a 47 pounder. I think more so Crawford naturally was a 47 pounder and maybe can grow at 54 because he's a little bit bigger, but
Yeah.
68, yeah. And
Kind of have.
you need some time to be there. If you haven't fought like one or two times there where we can kind of measure, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can see that. But like I said, this is what we paying to see, and this is what make great fights. If Sugar Leonard went up and fought Marvin Hagler and a few others, and so Tom
Danny
Hearns,
Lalonde, right?
Tom
Leonard and
Hearns,
Danny Lalonde, 175.
down the line, you know what I'm saying, went up to 75 fought. So I mean, things happen, but he had to put quarters or something in his pockets. He didn't go all the way up there, but he went
Yeah.
up as far as he could.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, anything is possible. But down the line is nowhere like a Canelo.
No, no, absolutely not.
You
No,
know what
no,
I'm saying?
not on the
So
same level. But do you feel that Canelo obviously he's a better fighter since the time you faced him, but has he improved that much? What do you think?
I think that he's improved a lot. Okay, so I think the skill levels probably are on the same page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The skill levels are on the same page.
Yeah.
But I think that what's taken away from Terence Crawford is going to be the weight class. It's going to be the weight. It's going to be the weight because he's never fought there before. And then
Yeah.
we see him going to 54. Majimov is pretty good, but what's going to beat Majimov too? So, I mean, it was Ortiz. Ortiz beat Majimov. What's his name? Majimov.
Yeah. He just beat Madrimov. Yeah.
Yeah.
Virgil
So
Ortiz.
Virgil Ortiz. So he just beat Majimov too. So it's not like Majimov is some big killer or whatever, right? And then you go to 68, where Canelo's fighting and beating Triple G and Kovalev and all these, and then you're gonna jump from there to 54 to 68, 47, 54. That's my big thing. That's my
Yeah.
big thing is that yes, they're probably even in talent, but there's different circumstances for this.
Definitely. Now, Shane, you faced him. What are some of the sneaky tricks that Canelo does that Crawford should be aware of, you think?
Well, Canelo's a very quick counterpuncher. And that's where you notice that even with the fighters right now, they'll run around, run away from him or whatever. But then when they start fighting him, that's when they get caught. When they start trying to fight back, because there has to be a point in the fight where you're going to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to sit there and
Definitely,
fight
yeah.
a couple. There's gonna be a point where you have to fight. There's gonna be a point where you're gonna get touched, and that's when things. That's when they either get knocked out or things happen differently when they stop. Now I know that Crawford's not a runner. He's not a mover. He's a fighter.
Yes.
His mentality is a fighter. So he doesn't know how to do that. I mean, he can do a little bit, but he can't do it 12 rounds. He's not gonna be around the ring for 12 rounds. There's gonna be a point where he's gonna have to fight a couple of times because he's a fighter. And that's why we all like Crawford, because he can fight. He's a fighter. That's we like his mentality. He's a fighter.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So that's why, he's getting paid that big money. So it's gonna be that time, and we're gonna see what happens when that time happens where they got to sit there and throw some real punches.
Definitely. Crawford, I think he has too much dog in him. Do you think that could go against him because he's such a competitive person and he wants to show you that he's more man than you, and he'll go and stay in the pocket and go with Canelo, or should he just follow the Floyd?
That's why I say what I say about Canelo being, because he's a dog, and Crawford continue to be that dog and believe in yourself and try to get that knockout, because you never know, you might hit Canelo right on the chin and he go down. You know what I'm saying? Like you might get that shot, boom, boom, knock him on the chin. So yeah, believe in yourself. Go for that knockout, because it can happen. It can happen just like it can happen for him. So yes, go for the knockout, go for that, and you have all the ability, all the skills, just like he do. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to be, realist to whatever the boxing thing is. I believe that Canelo's too big, but at the same time, I also think that Crawford, believing in himself, believing what he can do, how he can hit. He has two hands, two gloves, and he's just as smart and knowledgeable as Canelo is too. So anything can happen.
Definitely. Shane, what would be your advice to Crawford to win this fight?
My advice to Crawford is probably to stay on your stick. You know what I'm saying? Keep the punches long range. Trying to not to be in the pocket too much. Because if you're in the pocket, that's when Canelo's gonna be able to catch you. But I'm not saying like that, and that doesn't mean moving around the ring like you have to jump around the ring. That just means just not being in the pocket too long, because Canelo's very fast. He's faster than what you would think. I'm gonna say that.
So like 2-punch combinations, get out of there, stick and move. Don't stay in the pocket for 3-punch combinations.
No, you can do 3-punch combinations, but meaning keep the jab always out there. Keep long range punches always out there. If you kind of like what Bivol did, if you keep your long range punches, then you'll be all right. Long range. But when you start trying to get in there and trade heavy blows, that's when you're gonna be in trouble. But if you stay smart, with your boxing skills, then things can be, these could be difficult for Canelo to respond, and you'll be able to, hopefully you can be able to get through the whole fight, do your thing, touching them and make them respect your power, and you'll be maybe outpoint him or something. Maybe we can knock out. You know what I'm saying? Like anything can happen if you hit him on the chin, you hit him on the chin. He got power and speed. Anything can happen.
And a punch that they don't see coming, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the punch they don't see coming. Like anything can happen. You can actually catch him, or whatever. I'm just saying, like for me, I don't see it because of him being there for so long. But what I'm saying is, anything can happen. Especially that's why we want to see the fight, because you know what I'm saying. Like and like you have the doubters, like myself, doubting that this can happen, but this can happen. Like you can actually, get that shot in some kind of way, like a trick shot or something, and it can actually turn your way. So, I'm just in my mind saying realistically, he's too big. He's got speed, has power. He's just as smart as you are and knowledgeable as you are. But on the other hand, anything can happen. So